Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. We'll kick off with why do you think Maurice Flitcroft's story needs to be told on the big screen?
That's a good question. Why does his story need to be told on the big screen, you say? I think because he's a classic kind of little man, or a man who was never witnessed, And on this particular day, because of the things that happen at the British Open, he becomes a phenomenon. He's witnessed in all the papers and stuff, and so and I think he's heroic. So I think he's got the character for a big screen, and it's nice that it's not on the smaller screen of televisions or iPhones or whatever, but that it's being made into a big story. It's something that's for a lot of people. I hope it reaches a lot of people.
And what did the preparation look like? Did you have to do a lot of research? Were you trying to get your golf swing?
Just trying to make myself play worse because I'm so good at golf. That took a lot of acting not to hit good shots. Don't think any of that is actually me. The terrible shots.
And what was it like working not only with Craig Roberts but such an incredible cast as well, with Rhys, with Sally Hawkins in particular? So what was it like on set?
It was very joyous and creative. Let's come this way a little bit. Craig's an actor, so that he was very understanding of what it is to be an actor on set. But there was something kind of defiant about it because it was 8 months into the pandemic, and the first film that I made, first job I had after 9 months or 8 months, and small budget, and seeing Tom Miller and the producers dealing with all the things. So Craig came down red positive a couple of days before we were going to begin shooting. So he was going to sit in a car and direct from an iPad, and then it turned out to be a false positive, and he was back again. And so we never knew whether we would get shut down at any point. And in all the things I've done since the pandemic, that's been quite a nice feeling because you think, well, never mind, here we are, we're doing something today, we're together, it's nice to be together. Everyone's wearing masks, but we can see each other and hear each other. So there was a kind of sense of defiance, and we're going to make something that's very, human and compassionate and funny, and we had fun.
It seems like British people do love a bit of an underdog story. So, what do you think people take away from this film? And do you think this is the kind of film people do need to see right now? Something with a bit of optimism.
Don't let other people define you. I hope that's what I take away from it. Don't be put down or put off by other people's definitions of you. How many of us have been told we can't sing or can't play football or are stupid or are ugly or are beautiful or are fantastic or all these different things. It's nothing to do with you yourself. It's just to do with the other person. Maybe what they need from you or what their ideas are. And I don't do social media, but I get the impression that some young people are very damaged by what other people write and say about them. And Maurice is someone who didn't care about that. He followed his dream, and I think that's always a good thing. We've all got some reason for being here, and sometimes it takes a lifetime to find out what that reason is.
Just very quickly, you seem to just do more and more as time goes on. Can you quickly tell us a bit about the outfit, which I saw in Berlin? Pretty amazing. Tell us about working on that film.
The outfit, that's coming out too. I was very lucky. I got involved in a lot of films during the pandemic, and now they're all coming out. The outfit is a thriller, and it's a classic. It's taking an old style of making films from the 50s or something like that, but it's a really brilliant script. There you have a screenwriter directing his first film, so the storytelling and the dialogue and I think you'll be very surprised by the things that happen in it. The outfit.
You looked dapper like you were doing the film. So.
Yeah, it had an effect on me. Oh well, I'm thrilled. I got to know the family, that have survived with Maurice, and when you play someone, you get to know them quite well. He's passed, but you read a lot about him, and I went to places where he lived and stuff, and he's just a wonderful character to get to know, and I didn't know anything about him, so I'm excited that people will get to know about him through the work that we've done, which has been careful has a good sense of humor to it. No, I'm more of a melancholic, I'm afraid. Yeah, I wish I was more of an optimist like him.
Yeah.
And I'm more affected by things that other people say, perhaps because I'm an actor, So my sense of who I am is a little bit more flexible than most people. But the thing about Maurice that was really fun to play was that he it doesn't matter what other people think he is or accuse him of doing. He has a very clear sense of who he is and what's happening. So even though when he scores the worst round of golf in the history of golf, to him it was not a bad day. He did better than he expected, and if he hadn't forgot his four-iron, he would have done even better. So I just love the sense that he didn't, things that other people said about him just bounced off him like water off a duck. And I wish I could be that way, Sally. I mean, I've got Mark Lewis-Jones is one of my favorite actors in the world, and Rhys is a wonderful actor. There were lots of wonderful actors in it who I've worked with before and wanted to work with. But I'd never worked with Sally before, and she's just magical, really magical. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you play tennis or you have something that you like to do with someone, that isn't in your family. When you like to act and you find someone who likes the same things in acting which she does, which is a kind of silly childlike enjoyment of pretending to be someone other than who we are, then that's a great joy, and that's what she's like. Yeah, because there's a lot of technical things going on and pressure, and it's a low-budget film, and it was made first film I made during the pandemic, so there was a lot of fear and mask wearing and all that stuff that was going on. It was in the autumn of the first year of the pandemic, so to look in another actor's eyes and see that they completely believe the reality and they're not distracted at all, as with Sally, then you go, oh, I'm at home. I know where I am. But Craig was an actor, is still an actor, as well as a very wonderful director, so he helped us and encouraged us that way. It's different if you work with a director who was a cameraman or never was an actor. They can be very, very good too and very understanding of actors, but when you work with someone who's been an actor, they know what you're going through a little bit more firsthand. I hope so. I think he's got a great vision for English films. We both admire Ken Loach and Mike Leigh, and and then you go back to Lean and Kubrick and all the different. If I can call Kubrick, I think he's an American director actually, but he lived in England. But Craig's got a very unique idea of something more imaginative, more colourful, and I've really loved his films, been very affected by his films, so it's always nice to be part of something, to get into a party that you're on the outside looking into and thinking, I want to be part of it.